So my people, they're from Pakistan. Specifically, they're from Punjab. And Punjab pretty much just means 5 rivers. Punj is 5, and Ab is rivers. So we come from a place which is very fertile, lush, rich, and it's pretty much the collection point for all of the main and major rivers in that rich and agricultural, fertile lands of South Asia. So, I moved back to the hood, and I was having this problem with the boogeyman violating my house. Came in through the back window, busted my window out, took everything and left nothing but the dirty drawers. And so I had this issue with the boogeyman that I didn't know how to resolve. And so with that, I called Othello, and he came and said he would do something that could help. And obviously we're all resistant to change, but I decided to try this out since nothing else was really working. And my fear had me sleeping with a knife under my pillow. And so I felt if I didn't do anything soon, I was gonna go insane and harm myself probably before someone else would harm me. After Othello came through and helped out with doing some work, some blessings on the house, he had asked me a question that caught me off guard. And he asked me what was my grandmother's name. And I didn't realize what that had to do with anything. And so he told me basically that I need to ask my ancestors to protect my house. And ever since then, I have to say a year later, it's been exactly 1 year, my house ain't been violated since. It's been peaceful, and I've been feeling real good since I've been blessing myself and saying prayers to my ancestors and just to the universe and asking for protection and guidance, and the boogeyman has been far away.
Yes, to the young ladies who feel that they have no other option but to use their body, there are other options. Reaching out to your ancestors and contacting them, you will receive everything you need if you do as you are supposed to. When you acknowledge your ancestors, you want to be sure that you continue to acknowledge them and not receive what you asked for and then just forget about them like I did. Basically. So you want to continue to stay in contact with them and to continue to ask for their blessings and to continue to reach out to them, and you will receive anything you can imagine.
Sherman Heidelberg, transient, an independent salesman and father, agreed to do the ancestor acknowledgement ritual for 7 days in hope of finding stable housing for him and his son. With both parents deceased, Sherman chose to call upon his mother in heaven, Linda Heidelberg, to whom many called a living angel.
Being black and white when I grew up, it wasn't nothing that I thought was bad, but I didn't really understand it. Like, when I was younger, I was really into my schoolwork. That's all I really cared about. But then growing up, going through teenage years, it's like, do I be a square and act white, or do I have fun and act black? It's just, I didn't know what to do. I was just confused. I wanted to have money. I wanted to touch dough. I wanted to have nice things, for my hair to look nice, for my nails to be done, all the shit. My life was recently thrown in my face. The fact that I was a prostitute, the fact that I wasn't doing anything with my life, the fact that I really thought that I was grown, but I wasn't at all. I was trying to do all grown-up things, but I didn't even know how to go about them. I was skipping the process. And I was just in jail. I got out of jail, and I feel like I've been given a second chance. In school, of course, we learn about history and our roots and stuff like that. For black people, I don't understand why they only put slavery about us. There's stuff going on right now that black people are really trying to make happen. There are really strong black people from our culture that are not recognized in school. We just learn about the slavery days. It's just like we learn to oppress ourselves. We learn to look lower on ourselves, and what I want to teach to Diamond Girls, because that's wrong. And once they see that that's wrong, they can make it right. I lived with my grandparents when I was younger too for a second of my life, and they showed me how it is to be like truly just being an African American. Like, it's not about being ghetto, it's not about just being hyphy, and it's not about none of that. It's just having respect for our culture, just having respect for ourselves, and that's what they showed me. But I didn't even recognize what it was.
I wanted to understand it. I wanted to know what was going on. And that's what brought me deeper into it, right? As I began to define the different things, the different symbols and rituals and the language that was being used and things, the representation. It just took me beyond where I thought I'd ever be, So I can chalk it up as saying, whatever it was meant to be, because I don't fully understand. I don't fully understand what it was that actually just pulled me or attracted me to wanting to know what was going on.
Basically, the most important thing information she gave me was to study, find out who I was, where I came from, where I originated from, beyond the point of the Mayflower, the Nina, the Pinta, and everything else. She told me to study my history back beyond slavery, back when we was back in Africa, when who was I? What did I originate from? Did I originate from kings and queens and things like that? And then from that point on, you can come back up and you can understand your history as far as who you are, your ancestry. All that plays an important role, because you're nothing. The past is what sets precedents for the future. So those are the things that you need to know. Your ancestors laid the foundation and put the work in for where you are today. So it's your responsibility to set the foundation for those who are coming after you.
Get in touch, man, with your ancestors, because they looking out for you every day, daily. And it's up to you to acknowledge them and let them know you appreciate that. And you love them. And you've been needing them, you feel me, in your life to keep you right. You know what I mean? As far as whatever you're doing, I don't know what you're doing. Whatever you're doing, make sure you see where you at in it. You feel me?